Hello, hi boys and girls. We meet again in this online lesson. Of course, the video. Okay, so for today's lesson, I will continue from the textbook. All right, I will continue in the new unit, which is Unit 12, thinking outside the box. Okay, thinking outside the box. Now before I go further about what is thinking outside the box, okay, of course you can open your textbook and then you can see Unit 12, but let's talk about this thing. Let's talk about this sentence or this word or this phrase, thinking outside the box. Now thinking outside the box means you have to think something different. Okay, think differently. All right, so basically what does it mean is, let's say this is a box. Okay, let's say this is a box. Okay, let's say you are inside this box. Now of course if you are inside this box you cannot see anything, it's just inside the box. But if you go outside the box you will see a lot of things. Alright, that is the literal meaning, means you have to think differently. If let's say if you do something and then people say to you, oh, you just do like A or just like do like B, because most of the people will do like A or like B. That's for example. But you see, when you think outside the box, maybe you have to think like C or D or E or F or many ways. Okay, so thinking outside the box means think differently. Okay, think differently than what we usually think of. Okay, all right, so that is the meaning. Okay, now before we go further, all right, you will get what I want to teach you after this. Okay, so before we start, I will show you a video, but before we start, all right, here is what we're going to do in this lesson. I'm going to show you the first video. After that we will talk about it, and after that I will show you video number 2, another video, and after that from video number 2 you will do the exercise which I will give in Google Doc, okay, in your Google Classroom. Alright, so without further ado, let's watch this video. Okay, and I want you to think about what I want to show you. Alright. Okay, this video I get from WatchMedia. The title of the video is Evolution of Phones. Okay, let's watch. I hope you can listen to this one. Okay. This video is about the evolution of phone, how phone is created. I think we watch one more time. Okay, maybe you don't have. Okay, let's watch one more time. Evolution of phones. 1876. It starts with Liquid Transmitter by Alexander Graham Bell. Okay, this is the early stage of telephone. You see, it's kind of different from us now. It's very different. Then we have, of course, Nokia. You know that brand Nokia. Nokia is still existing. Again, 1999, 2000, Nokia Sharp. That's the brand that we had during my time. This time I was small, right? During 2000, 2003, I was about your age, 12 years old. Then we start to change a bit. Yeah, the first iPhone 2007, the iPhone 2007. Then you have iPhone 3G. Then start 2010, we have Samsung. We have all those smartphones again, iPhones. 2012, then Samsung Galaxy. I think this is the smartphone you really know, so I don't need to tell you about that, because I'm sure some of you already have your own smartphone. If you notice in this one, the telephone start with small and then big, then go small, and then go big again. That's the evolution of the telephone that we have. See, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Alright. Okay, I think that's all. I have to stop this one. Alright, let's get back to our slide. Yeah. So, let's get back to it. Alright, right. We watched the video again already. So basically, what you have watched just now is about telephone. Alright, it's about telephone, and yeah, you see, I'm pretty sure many of you don't know this one, because this is way longer, you know. Even I myself, when I was born, this thing we not use anymore. Okay, this thing is called telegram. It's not a phone, but this is the beginning of human to communicate. You know, when people want to talk to each other, when you want to send message, long time ago, all right, they use the fastest way. They use telegram. This is what we call telegram. And I'm sure now, if you have your smartphone, there is an app called telegram. Alright, there is an app called telegram, but this is the real telegram. Okay, how they use is, they will like you see this thing. Let me show you. Pointer. Okay, you see this thing, right? How they do is, they will click on it, and then the other telegram will click. So you have to like write on a piece of paper, then you know what the people will mean. Okay, that's telegram. So telegram is the beginning of all. Okay, it's the beginning of all. Let's see. After that, yes, you have like this big telephone. This is the early telephone model. Okay, early telephone model. You see, I'm pretty sure you don't know what is this, so let me tell you. This one is where you put on your ear, and this one where you talk, just like I have microphone here. So you will talk here, and then you will hear here. So it's like this. Okay, even me myself, when I was born, I don't see this type of telephone anymore. So it's long time ago. Okay, next one, let me get that. Yep, next one. After that, people start to think, okay, how we going to make the telephone, which is really big, how we want to make it smaller. So they made it smaller. Now this is the handler, just like this. Okay, and then you no need to put like this, just like before. You have to put like this, but right now no more. The microphone is here, and then you can hear from here. All right, and if you notice this one, let me get that to you. Here, this thing, 这个东西, this thing is the number. So when you want to call somebody, you got to have the number, right? So what they do is they will like pull the number. Okay, that's how they can get to other people. Okay, right. Even this thing, when I was born, this thing is hardly to see, no more. Okay, and then people start to think again, this thing might be like a very hard, like this, not attractive at all. So they create like this thing, the same thing. You see, you have the handler, and also you have this thing. This is the number. So what they do is they will, if you want to call people, you have to pull. For example, let's say I want to call my friend, the number is 111. So I will put my hand on 1, and then I will pull until here. Okay, and then the thing will go back, then I pull again 1 until I get 111. Okay, this is old telephone. Maybe if you ask your grandfather or your grandmother, they know about this telephone. Okay, and then people start to think again, we are so lazy, want to pull all the number. So what they do is, this is kind of like, now you have this kind of telephone. So no need to pull the number, you just click, right? This is nowadays telephone. And during when I was born, we already have this kind of telephone. So we no more needs to pull the number, we just click or push the number, that's all, right? So people start to think, this is telephone is only at the house, or maybe you might not know this, but before this we have the telephone booth. We call it telephone booth. It's outside your house. There is one place where you can call. We call it telephone booth. So people start to think, okay, how to make that wherever we go, everybody can call. So they start to produce, this is what we call mobile phone. Mobile means you can move here, move there, you can go anywhere, but you still can call. So this is maybe the early model of mobile phone. Okay, you can see this is the phone, and I don't know what is this, okay, but it's pretty big. And then people start to think again, how we can make mobile phone a bit smaller, because like this one you have to carry like a bag. Okay, how to make it smaller? So they produce this mobile phone. Okay, I during my time when I was born, we not use this type of mobile phone. But if I want to give you example, this mobile phone is maybe like this big. So when people who carry the mobile phone, they have to carry like this one, this big. And that time only rich people with many money, rich people can have mobile phone. So they just do like this one. Okay. And then people start to think again, humans start to think again, how are we going to make this mobile phone a little bit, small. Then they produce a small one. Now if you can see here, the same thing about this one is the screen. It's a small screen where you can see the number, that's all. Okay, but the difference is the size. They start to become small. Alright, and then after that, this one I'm very sure that you know this one, Nokia 3310. Okay, and then people start to think again, how can we make the screen a bit large? So same size, but the screen is larger. Same size, see, same size, but the screen is larger, right? And then people start to think again, what can we do, what can we change? So they start to make a larger screen with a larger screen and a bit large smartphone. This is not smartphone, this is called mobile phone again. When I was around 14-15 years old, we have this Nokia. I cannot remember what Nokia, but it's a Nokia. Alright, and with this one and this one, we cannot put inside the song, but with this one we already can put inside the song. And also there was a camera at the back, so we can take picture, we can listen to the song. Then next one, people start to think again, okay, how can we make a touch screen? How can we make? So they produce, this is the first iPhone. So with iPhone, you no longer need this one. This is what we call keypad. No more keypad, you just touch on the screen. Okay, iPhone. And then people start to think again, okay, the iPhone is the smartphone is, the screen is small. So now, as you can see outside there, when you go find all those smartphone, you can see the screen. Oh my god, the screen is so big. And with smartphone, you can do all the work. You can open your email, you can do your, even do your Google Classroom works also can do with a smartphone. You see, so it's changing, it's different now, 不一样了, not same already. Okay, so yeah, why did I show you the all about this telephone, all the old telephone until the latest smartphone? Why did I show you that? It's because, okay, yeah, all the telephone technology that we have now, it started with one person who was an inventor. Might be another person also, but he was the one. Who was he? He was Alexander Graham Bell. Okay, he was the inventor of the first telephone in the world. Okay, so we're going to see a video, a story about Alexander Graham Bell. So I will open this video, I want you watch it. After you watch this, I will give you the question. Okay, the question based on what we listen from the story about Alexander Graham Bell. Okay, alright, I will show you the video. Give me a moment. Right, okay, so this video I took from YouTube from TMO Learning Journey channel. Okay, if you have time, you can go search there. Right, okay, everybody ready? Then I'll start.
Graham Bell, a great inventor. Written by Lynn Blanton. Illustrated by Guy Francis. Genre: a biography is non-fiction text that tells the story of a person's life. Now you will read about Alexander Graham Bell, the man who invented the telephone. What do you want to find out? Set a purpose for reading. Question of the week: how can a great idea change the way we live? Early life: 1847. Born in Scotland. 1861. Invents wheat dehusker. 1863. Teaches music at school for boys. 1863. Teaches speech for deaf children.
Okay, I stop here. If you look at 1863, teach speech for deaf children. Deaf, DEAF, it means the person cannot hear. Okay, cannot hear. So deaf. Deaf is cannot hear. So if I say deaf person, means that people or that person cannot hear.
Alexander Graham Bell was born in Scotland in 1847. His family called him Alec for short. His mom was deaf. His dad helped deaf boys and girls learn how to speak. Alec liked playing music. His mom taught him how to play the piano at an early age. She could not hear, but that did not stop her. She played quite well. Soon, Alec started teaching others how to play. Alec's dad helped deaf boys and girls learn to speak well. Alec liked watching his dad teach. He decided he wanted to teach speech to deaf people too, just like his dad.
Okay, so we stop here. So Alec, or his full name is Alexander Graham Bell. Alright, first and foremost, he was born in Scotland. There's a place called Scotland. And then what his father did was his father teach deaf people. Okay, deaf people, because they cannot hear, so they have to like they have to like teach the deaf people how to talk, how to say the word. Okay, how to. So his father, what he do, he teach speech to deaf people. So Alec also follow his father.
As a teen, Alec liked studying the science of sound. But what he liked best was inventing new things. He daydreamed about things he could make. Alec invented a useful tool. It took husks off wheat stalks with a brush. He also built a gadget that made it seem as if his dog could talk. New home. 1870. Goes to Canada. 1871. Goes to Boston. 1873. Starts spending more time inventing. When he was 23, Alec Bell got awfully sick. He left his boyhood home. He and his family went to Canada. They hoped he would get well in this new place, and he did. Then Bell went to Boston in the United States. He taught speech for deaf students like his dad did. Bell liked teaching, but he liked inventing things better. He started spending less time teaching and more time inventing.
Okay, so you see the word inventing. Inventing comes from the word invent, invent. What is invent? The other meaning of invent is create. Okay, create. That is inventing. Create. How to say? It's like making new things. That is inventing. Okay, so Alexander Graham Bell, he likes to make new things so that that thing other people also can use. Okay, that's what we call inventing.
Great idea. 1874. Meets Thomas Watson. 1876. Invents telephone. 1922. Dies in Canada. One day, while shopping for supplies, Bell met Thomas Watson. Watson, a skillful toolmaker, had helped many inventors before he met Bell. Bell told Watson about his latest plan for a telephone.
Okay, so what happened is, okay, in 1874, Alexander Graham Bell, he met Thomas Watson, a person called Thomas Watson. So he told this Thomas Watson, hey, I want to create a telephone. Okay, I want to create a telephone where I can talk to other people in the long distance. Okay, so yeah, let's see what happened.
Bell and Watson worked long days and nights on Bell's plan. Bell started thinking his plan might succeed. He got a patent for the first telephone. A patent says an inventor owns and can make and sell the thing he or she invents. The first telephone call took place on March 10th, 1876.
So what Bell, Alexander Graham Bell, and the other person, his friend Thomas Watson, what they do is they start to inventing and then they patent it. Patent. Patent means they can create the phone and also they can make and sell the phone. Okay, all the things that whatever things that he make. So what happened on March 10, okay, 10 March 1876, the first telephone call took place. They able to make the first telephone call, okay, on March 10, 1876.
That day, Bell dropped a jar by mistake. It spilled, and he called for help. "Mr. Watson, come here. I want you," he called. At least, that's how the story goes. Watson came running. He had heard Bell's voice through the wires. The phone worked.
Okay, so what happened was, okay, if you can see the telephone here, this is maybe the microphone, and then the speaker outside. Okay, the speaker I think is here, or maybe outside. So how they can listen to the voice is through this wire. When you talk here, your voice is kind of vibrating like that. So they vibrate through wire here. So that's why Mr. Watson, although he was outside, he can listen through this wire. Okay.
Bell traveled many places with his telephone. People watched as he showed them how it worked. In a short time, many cities and towns had phones. Bell kept on inventing things until his death in 1922. He will always keep his place as one of the greatest inventors of all time.
Okay, so what happened after that? After he able to make the first phone call, so Bell travel, go to many places, and then he started to tell the people, okay, this is a telephone, and he able to sell it. Alright, in short time, just a short time, many city and towns had phones, so all people like buy the telephone or something like that. So Bell kept on inventing, he kept on making new things until his death in 1922. 1922 he died, right? So that's the story about Graham Bell. So this is the first telephone. You have earpiece, you have mouthpiece. This is what we call them. Earpiece is where you put on your ear to listen, and then mouthpiece is where or nowadays you call it microphone, where you talk. Alright, this is on 1922 the telephone type, and present day this is how it looks like, but this is a mobile phone, so maybe present day you have smartphone. Okay, so that's where it all began. Okay, it began with Alexander Graham Bell. Okay, all right, your work, listen carefully. I will give the question in the Google document, so open Google document, copy the question and answer it. Where to copy, Mr. Ikwan? Where we can write the question? You write in your exercise 1 or exercise 2. If you don't have exercise 1, you don't have exercise 2, write in any paper. Write on any paper. Okay? Now, once you have finished, take a picture of your work and send to me. Please, please take the picture of your work, give it to me. Mr. Ikwan, I don't know how to send you leh. Don't worry, in your Google Classroom stream, I already put a video. Watch that video on how to give picture, how to attach a picture. I already show you that. Okay, so please give me a picture so that I can check your work. Okay, and last but not least, okay, this one I already told you. Last but not least, if you have done the work, please don't forget to click hand in or turn in. Alright, because if you don't click hand in or turn in, I cannot see your work, I cannot check your work. Okay, alright, I think that's all for today's lesson, guys. Boys and girls, I know you got like 30 minutes, but don't worry, this is a lesson anyway. So if you have any problem, you not understand, you don't know how to do, okay, you can write in the comment. Alright, just write in the comment and then I will help you. Okay, that's all for now. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to do the work and take care. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.